welcome to Herstory. Our guest today is not here. Tally ho! Up here, hey. Oh, hello! It's just up there the whole time. You're in the nosebleeds. Margaret Bourke-White, inventor of the photo essay, one of the most famous female photojournalists in American history. Pleased to make your acquaintance. Oh, you're trying to take my photograph. Smile for me. Could practically write a photo essay about my face alone. Never mind. No? Oh, well. As you were, as I was, as I will be. Anyone ever tell you got a face for radio? It's just an industry joke, no big deal. Well, as I was saying, our guest down here, Herstory, I was about to say history. My God, slap my mouth. Herstory is Margaret Bourke-White, famed photojournalist, and... Yeah, let me save you a second, okay? I can just sort of wrap this whole bio thing up. 1904, I'm born in the Bronx in New York, and I start taking pictures, because my dad, you know, he's an avid photographer and everything, and just like hobby-wise and such. And then I really started pursuing it, and lo and behold, I become one of the most famous female photojournalists in the world. I'm hired to be like an editor at Fortune magazine, and then I'm hired on to be one of the first staffers ever at Life magazine. My photo, in fact, of the Fort Peck Dam construction, I know it sounds boring, it's actually not even all that exciting, became the very first picture ever put on the cover of Life magazine. Isn't that incredible? I got paid nothing for it. World War II rolls around, and right place, right time, I'm the very first female correspondent to go over there. I go and take pictures of the London Blitz and, oh, the Nazi death camps. That was horrible, such a downer. And I even went into like the Soviet Union and looked at things of like, oh, how was the war affecting everything? And basically the answer is horrible. And back in the United States, you probably recognize some of my pictures, very iconic, people like to say, of the Dust Bowl, you know. Guess I don't have to explain why you have a reputation for being a bit pushy. Let me stop you before you get ahead of yourself there. You're probably gonna say the quote that everybody says about me. Oh yeah, you know, Margaret Bourke-White, who always said, if anybody gets in the way of me taking a picture, I get irrational. Yes, that is exactly. Yeah, I said that. Of course I said that. Yeah, I mean, who wouldn't get irrational? If someone's standing between you and Mahatma Gandhi, okay, while he's spinning in his loom, wouldn't you push him out of the way? Namaste. Now she wants to take my photo, it looks like. Let me pose. Oh God, no. You're really pushing it, Maggie. Now, before you took up photography, you studied herpetology, which I can only take to mean that you know a lot about sexually transmitted diseases. What? It's a study of frogs. Frogs? Frogs and amphibians. I just love frogs. Oh! What are you talking about? Who hired you? Who doesn't know what herpetology is? May I call you Marguerite? Who would study frogs, Marguerite? I love frogs. Oh! I wanted to be a frog scientist until I realized that, hey, cameras are a lot more fun than frogs. Well, listen, the only reason I'm gonna touch a toad is if he's gonna turn into a prince. You're nuts. You know, one time I climbed on top of the Chrysler building just to see how it looked. That's not a good angle. I did a lot of stuff. I made a lot of headlines in my own way. But at the end of the day, you know, if you want to take pictures of life, you gotta be where life happens. And sometimes you see things you can't unsee. Now, Margaret Bourke-White, trailblazing photographeress who not only worked for Fortune magazine and Life magazine and took iconic photos of Mahatma Gandhi and all sorts of such and whatnot. The jewel in your crown is that you have been immortalized in the television movie Double Exposure starring Farrah Fawcett, the greatest American actress of our time. Thoughts? Oh yeah, Farrah Fawcett. Farrah Fawcett. Please don't remind me. Well, Margaret Bourke-White, I am so glad, even though you did not take my photograph, that I was able to expose our audiences to a snapshot of this portrait of your Herstory.